John Eats Cheap with another. This is a really easy bread recipe since it's a tough time finding it on the shelves. This is cheap, you make it at home. It uses a cup of self-rising flour, which by the way, I have, but we have to keep it in this because here's our bag of self-rising flour. Why do flour bags, why are they so hard to open? And then you can't pour it out, it's terrible. Oh, anyway. And Greek yogurt. This is just plain Greek yogurt. Be careful, don't get the vanilla. Plain. You can get a big tub, or maybe you have some already that you use at home. So it's a cup of self-rising flour, which just means it already has the salt and the baking powder in it. You can also make your own by using regular flour, add a little salt, a little baking powder. There's recipes to Google for that. But this is the dough. This is for like a pizza crust / we're gonna make breadsticks, garlic breadsticks. So our cup of self-rising flour and the cup of Greek yogurt. And we're just going to combine these in a bowl until it becomes a dough. I don't know how long this will take. Oh, accident. First accident. You could do this probably in a machine or use your hands. I'm just going to mix it up this way. I'll probably, once it gets to a certain consistency, get my hands in there. Now, I don't know if it's cultures in the yogurt that help this activate, or if it's just the self-rising flour that makes it rise a little bit like a biscuit. And I have no idea how good it's going to taste. That's why we're trying it out. As I said, we're going to make some garlic breadsticks. And also try it as a pizza crust because we've seen it used that way too. I think I might need a little bit more yogurt in there. Good thing I have some. Yogurt and yogurt product, I guess, huh? It's probably about time to go biscuit on it and get my hands in there. So this is one recipe that we're going to use for a crust or breadsticks or bread that doesn't use yeast. I know a lot of people said, I don't have yeast. And I'm one of the rare people that do. I always have a bucket of yeast in my fridge. All right, I'm going in here with the hands. Very doughy consistency. That's a good sign, right? So yeah, this doesn't need yeast. And, you know, for a pizza crust, it's not going to rise that much anyway. I'm really interested in the flavor because a couple of things I've read online, people were raving about it, how good it tasted. And I thought, I'll be the judge of that. So we did a little dusting. I have parchment paper on a cookie sheet. A little self-rising flour on there. As I said, I'm going to use half of this. And we're just going to get it out and roll it out on the parchment paper. Try and put it in the form of breadsticks. I think you probably want to go pretty thin. These are going to be some ugly breadsticks, but who cares if they taste good, right? This isn't a beauty contest. Well, for some people it is, but I always figure it's better to taste good than to look good. That's why I'm not big on garnishes. I'm going to get a little bit more flour. Just dust it on there to make it easier to spread out. Yogurt, Greek yogurt, and self-rising flour. I'm just going to cut these into strips. Not going through the paper, I hope. We'll do 4 breadsticks. So the full recipe would make 8 if you were just doing breadsticks. I don't know if we have to separate those. Probably not. Because they're probably not going to rise a lot. So now I just got a little of the Aldi. I'm using the butter flavored spray. You're going to spray the top of those. And then sprinkle a little garlic salt. If you don't like it salty, you could use garlic powder. You could put real something I like about breadsticks, and I think it's because so many restaurants use garlic salt instead of powder, that it gives it that extra salty. I just like that. And we can add, we'll brush these when they're done with a little garlic butter maybe too. Into the 375 oven until they look golden. Now, let's get going on our pizza. That's the other part of the dough, and I'm just gonna spread this out as thin as I can. Looks like it'll be a mini. You know, it'd be normal sized if we'd used all the dough for it, so keep that in mind. Or if you're really hungry or want to make 2 big pizzas, feed the fam, double that batch. But that's just, you know, we have breadsticks too, so that's just kind of like a personal pizza. All right, now let's get the toppings. All right, my favorite pizza sauce. For me, you do your favorite. And we're just gonna do pepperoni on this. Normally I do my pizzas on a rack, but I don't know if this would hold up on a rack. It's a pretty soft dough right now. So we'll just do it on a cookie sheet. Hopefully it'll still crisp up a little bit while staying a little bit doughy. Look at that, pepperoni at the Dollar Tree. Who knew they carried it? And this is how many you get. We got enough for our small pizza, and then there's still another package still sealed up over here. So that's 2 small pizzas, right? Get these on here. We'll probably have to bake this at a little higher temp. I might have to consult the recipe, but we're not gonna have it until the breadsticks are done anyway, so then we'll kick the temp of the oven up a little bit. Pepperoni, none for the corgi. Try and get them out here. Look at that, that's perfect, just enough for a little personal pizza. And now, the cheese. This is a mozzarella provolone blend. Want to load it up, right?
Somebody's stomach is growling.
Can you hear that? That's mine. I mean, that's Dewey. He's hungry. All right, there we go. So there we go. That almost looks like a cookie, doesn't it? Sugar cookie. Oh, those browned up nice on the bottom. I like that. They feel a little doughy. Well, I melted some butter. So we're just gonna brush a little of that on top, put a little more garlic salt in there. They don't get real golden on top, but that's okay. Probably put a little cheese on them too. Garlicky cheese bread. I'm gonna put some Parmesan on there. Sprinkle it on top, right? A little different added flavor. Let's give it a try. It's very hot. Very hot. That was like almost like a yeasty roll type of, I mean, it tastes like a garlic breadstick. That surprises me. This is good. Mr. Cheap, you gotta try these. I gotta crank the oven up to 450. We'll put the pizza in. Just checked on the pizza and it's looking pretty good. I'm looking forward to this. This dough browns up so nice. One thing I will say, yogurt comes, we needed a cup of yogurt and a cup of self-rising flour, right, for the recipe. Well, yogurt either comes in the big container. I didn't have that because I don't use it for much else, so I just got 2 small ones. Again, make sure you get the plain, not the vanilla. They look alike. But this is 5.3 ounces, which is like 2.5 ounces short of a cup, something like that. So I got into the second one and I got that much left over. You know what? I would start with a cup of the flour and add both containers of yogurt and then just add flour until it's the right dough consistency. That's what I'm going to do next time, because I will make this again. This really works well. Instead, Mrs. Cheap, you want to eat? Dewey? Yogurt? No. There we go. pizza, 2-ingredient pizza crust, yogurt and self-rising flour. Now it looks golden now. Hopefully the bottom will be golden brown. By the way, shout out to Missy. Viewer to John Eats Cheap said, hey, here's something you can try. Look at this. It looks easy. It's only 2 ingredients. So thank you, Missy. And thanks to everybody. We're getting all kinds of bread recipes. And hey, try this out. Can you make this? What do you think of that? We appreciate them. We do a lot of them. And we will, oh, that stuck a little bit. Maybe I should have done this on parchment paper too. The instructions didn't say to. Well, let's pop it up. Hopefully. I don't want to accidentally flip it onto the floor so the animals will have to eat it. But yeah, I think I would do this on parchment paper because those breadsticks round up real nice. I'm really worried that this is gonna, maybe I should have put a little more flour on there, right? Now we're getting it. One little spot there. There we go. All right. Now let's cut this thing. Little mini pizza. I think we could probably eat 6 pieces. I don't want to cut 8. We probably can't eat that many, right? Old pizza cutting joke. All right, I'll just take this end piece right here because this will be easy. And I want to just tip it up, look at the bottom. Oh, that's golden brown crust, isn't it? Now, I'm not going to dive into this because I know the top of that dough will be hot, the sauce and the cheese. So I'm going to wait. Can't wait anymore. Oh, should have waved. That tastes like restaurant pizza. Seriously. The dough is, you know, it's crunchy on the brown bottom, chewy on the top just a little bit. It's thin enough. It's like the perfect thickness with the toppings. That is really good. This just shocks me. Ah. It's really good. Missy, thanks for the recipe. This is great. And look at that. Got the pizza, the garlic breadsticks out of that one dough that we made in 5 minutes. That's eating cheap and quick and easy. Keep the recipes coming. Thanks for watching. Yeah, quick addendum to the 2-ingredient pizza crust, which we loved. Mrs. Cheap and I were talking about it a little after we ate, and I think she said, you know what this is like? Those pizzas we used to eat like when we were in junior high and high school, the homemade ones. Do you know the Chef Boyardee where you just make your own dough? And it was a meat pizza, but you know, the cheese was only Parmesan cheese. Remember those? I think that's what I was thinking of when I said it tastes like a restaurant crust. It tasted like a familiar comfort crust. It reminded me of being in junior high or high school making homemade pizza. Chef Boyardee, remember those? Now I don't have to have one of those. I know how to make the crust, and I just won't put any mozzarella or meat chunks on it. You know, it'll just be the sauce and the Parmesan, and relive the glory days again of homemade pizza.